Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Leaf, and it's so great to have you guys back over here for another Mod Frontier showcase, kind of comparison video. I really haven't done these in a while, because we only do these every update, obviously. Okay, so yeah, we were given the Grasslands pack. Let's get back on track over here, Leaf. We were given the Grasslands pack, and it turns out every single animal in the pack was a mod at one point, which I think is super interesting because we have every single habitat animal in here, and we're gonna start comparing them to each other. Obviously, mods are not officially endorsed by Frontier. When you do mod at the risk of breaking your own game. But if you follow the instructions on my channel and stuff like that, you guys are going to be just fine. Now, obviously, one of the biggest contenders over here, the striped hyena. Let's get a look at him. So this one is the striped hyena made by Jen. She did a beautiful job on it. And I'm very sad to see this one go because it was a really good mod. You could see that while we don't have the alpha planes that the Frontier model has, we did kind of make do with what the main was doing over here, and that's essentially just bumping up part of the model right there. Again, these are based off of the spotted hyena rake, so they follow all those animations, which means they also do that, which is very cool. Now comparing them over to the striped hyena by Frontier, this is something you'll notice with all the mods. Every single mod that was kind of, made by Frontier, it just has a lot better coloration in terms of everything, and I think that is really a standout right there, so that is always good to see. But we could already see that this beautiful model has these very cool alpha planes that work as the main of the hyena, and I just think that is super awesome. Again, we can also see that the stripes are extremely defined on the Frontier model, which is very good to see. A lot of the criticism from the actual Frontier model comes from the face, be it that it's a little bit too dark, and I think that's something that the face of the modded version does a little bit better. It's a lot brighter, which I think is very interesting. But here we say goodbye to a beautiful mod that has carried us through a whole bunch of updates, and we need to thank Jen for her lovely work on it. Now, making our way throughout over here, we also see another Jen mod. This one is the blue wildebeest. This mod was one of the first ones that Jen actually made, and it's still one of the best ones that she made. So obviously we're working with the tail back over here. It's kind of bushy, and I believe she also incorporated some of the effects from the Przewalski's Wild Horse tail. And we also have a droopy mane, which is something that this mod does well, that the actual Frontier version doesn't really do. And we're going to talk about that once we get there. But still, Jen was able to take the regular stock black wildebeest and make it into this very common species of wildebeest, and it just served us so well for so many updates yet again. But over here, looking at the official version, I'm very happy that we have this, specifically for the beard itself. The beard works really well with the whole model, and the fur on top is very interesting. So it is straight planes going up, but it doesn't have those overarching kind of, mane hairs, which I think kind of draws back from the official model just a little bit, but it's still very good. I can't steer anyone wrong over here. This model is gorgeous. Plus, we also have the official version having the golden variant as well, which Jen's mod did not have. The official version also has an albino too. So that's very interesting, and yet again, we're going to say goodbye to yet another beautiful mod. Of course, they had sexual dimorphism too, which was always super awesome to see. But thanking Jen once again for this beautiful mod that has lasted us over a year now. Now we're going to find our way over here and say hello to the 9-banded Armadillo mod. This one was actually made by me. I ported it over from Zoo Tycoon 3, believe it or not. Edited it a little bit just so that, it worked within the game, that it looked good within the game, and it carried us very well into, several updates up until recently. Obviously, my opinions of the official 9-banded armadillo are nothing but glowing, and we can really see why once we compare these two. You could just see that this is high quality. You could see that each little scale in here is high definition, and that's always awesome to see. Even if we change out the sun angle right over here, one of my favorite things is that you could actually see these beautiful differences in the main kind of carapace of the actual shell, and these little white dots on them, they have their own kind of glossiness to them, which I think is super awesome. Not to mention that the fur on this animal is incredible. Again, those alpha planes are coming in very wonderfully, and you can even see they kind of stick out of the back of the shell over here too, which is always super good to see. Not to mention that this guy has all unique animations. They have a very unique rolling animation. They have a very unique kind of like playing with their paws animation. So that's just always very awesome to see. And again, very sad to see this mod go, but the new Armadillo is going to be the status quo for any other Armadillo mods that may come out of that one. Now, we make our way down one more. And here we are, the big one. This is the maned wolf mod. This mod has been at the top of the Nexus page, right alongside some other mods like the North American River Otter, for what feels like an eternity. But sadly comes a day where we need to see this mod go, which is very sad because Jen's recent rework of this animal was nothing short of spectacular. Looking at this model, looking at the texture, keeping in mind that the eyes are a little bit broken right now, we could just see how gorgeous this animal came out. Jen really mastered her craft with practicing and really perfecting that frontier mimicking lifestyle, not lifestyle, but art style, sorry. And it really turned out super awesome. However, we pop over here to the official version, and we can see that everything changed once we got a new rig for this animal. Obviously not the best for modding, but still the best for a maned wolf. We can see that these legs are long, just like a maned wolf's legs are supposed to be. We can see that a little bit better over here. These animals are nothing short of spectacular again. And Frontier, I have no notes. This is an incredible model, and I'm so excited to get these guys officially in the game. So yet again, we need to wish this mod goodbye. Thank you so much to Jen and Nick for making this species in the first place. It's really filled out so many of my zoos. It's a personal favorite of mine, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with the new one. Alright, my friends. So over here, we are working with the Bennett's Wallaby, or rather, the red-necked Wallaby. This version right here is a modded version. We could see him doing a few push-ups right now, which I think is the cutest damn thing in the world. But this is actually based off of the red kangaroo rig, which is so interesting because it took such a long time for me to really perfect what a wallaby would look like in Planet Zoo. I have to thank Jen and Nick for really walking me through this process, because without them, we wouldn't have a wallaby that looked this good as a mod. But still, looking at what we got officially, again, no complaints. This is a gorgeous animal, and I'm super happy that we have an official wallaby rig in the game now, because be it there are over way too many species of wallaby. I believe there's over 15 or 20 different kinds, so this is going to be a very useful rig for modders, not to mention how gorgeous this animal looks. Frontier, once again, has nailed it with how beautiful these creatures are. Even from everything from these little stripes on the body, even to the very, very slight color changes between, you know, the tail, the actual main body, the undercarriage, even the face and the head over here. Frontier is absolutely smashed it out of the park with this animal. And yet again, we wish another animal goodbye, lost to the void of Frontier, but still has helped us through so many updates to really help flesh out our Australian sections. Now, saying hello to our next Australian animal, we have the emu. Now, this one is the modded one, and we're going to start to talk about where the main kind of quips and qualms really come from this animal in the first place. Now, obviously, well, first of all, I should probably address the eyes got a little bit messed up in the last update. So it used to have those bright, iconic orange eyes that an emu does have, but that kind of broke in the last update, so I do apologize. However, this emu over here does have that shaggy underside of the fur that the actual neck should have on an emu, which is always something that you love to see. I should also mention that this beautiful emu was made in conjunction with both Mega Game & Rex and Gaboy. They both put a ton of heart and soul into this animal, and I'm very sad to see it go. However, we look over here, and you can already see right off the bat the color change in between these. These are much lighter, and these are much darker, which I think works very well for an animal like this. You can see that the fur quality is so much better, it's so much sharper, especially for an emu that have these very iconic, sharp-looking feathers. I think it works very well for these guys. And of course, the neck is great, even the neck pose, with how well that all works. I think Frontier absolutely nailed it with that. And again, just everything from even the toes themselves came out wonderfully. And again, it doesn't have that iconic emu neck ruff that we're so akin to seeing, but I think we can overlook that for how gorgeous this animal really is. So again, oh yeah, also, we also have a leucistic version in the official version, which is always great to see. But yet again, we wish another animal goodbye to the void. It served us incredibly well. It served as a wonderful headliner to the Outback Pack, which is slowly but surely losing animals. But we wish this one good luck in all its future endeavors. And as we move on to the last animal of the showcase, the Caracal. So this one, again, is a very divisive one. The Caracal is made by Gaboy, coated by Giorno Pizza, I must add. And it really is such a beautiful model. It really turned out so good. And the fact that this was based off of the Eurasian lynx is just very incredible to think about. It really is such a beautiful animal. Or is it based off of the cheetah? I genuinely forget. But Gaboy was able to masterfully craft just how iconic these animals are supposed to look. And I think he did a marvelous job with that. However, there's still something about that Frontier fur quality that I always find myself swooning over. The fact that you could see all these tiny little individual stripes in this model. The fact that these ears are even animated up here, very uniquely, I must add. It just really goes to show that while we do lose these masterfully crafted mods, it's always for the better. More or less, because sometimes we may get some remasters, but it always is super worth it to get some of the best versions of these animals that we really end up loving when all is said and done. But yet again, we wish this mod good luck in all of its voyages beyond the Frontier realm. But that was it for our entire mod comparison video. I want to thank you guys for even stopping by in the first place. Hopefully I'm gonna turn these into shorts, knock on wood, if I'm not completely lazy, so that's gonna be very cool to see if those actually, you know, do good on the channel. Just checking that out, seeing how well that would work. But yeah, that's really it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know the mod you're gonna miss the most, and let me know which one was the biggest improvement. I'll tell you what, I just love the main wolf so much, so we're gonna end it with these guys. Actually, no, they're sleeping. I love the Wallaby so much, so we're gonna end it with these guys. Not that one, the new one, please. Enjoy, everyone. Take care, and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.